I'm going to run a sub 30-minute 5K and you're coming with me. Let's go. Bit of a shaky start, them, not me. Right, the very first bit of running a certain pace at 5K is getting into your stride, figuring out what pace you're running. So 30-minute 5K, you want to be running 6-minute Ks. I've got my pace on my watch, got current pace, lap pace, and average pace, because I love a stat. My current pace says 5:35 at the moment. It's a little bit too quick. Now we're at 5:50, easing in. Don't go off too fast. Perfect pacing now. So the reason why I have all those different paces on my watch is because I like to do a bit of maths if I'm going for a certain time. So if my average pace is around 6 minutes for the whole activity, then I know that I'm on the right track basically. So a lot of beginner runners will try and run a sub 30-minute 5K, probably as one of their first running goals, maybe after like running the whole way without walking. So it's a really good goal to aim for. When I first started running, actually ran a park run, a 5K park run, and managed to do it in under 30 minutes then. So I managed to break 30 the first time trying, which was really good. So when you're pacing something, there's a lot of watch checking that goes on to make sure that you're sticking to the pace that you should be. A lot of very good runners who know exactly what their pace feels like can even do it without looking at their watch, which is crazy. So the current pace, still saying 5:55, 6 minutes, spot on, keeping an eye on it. Checking how my lap pace is looking, 6:01. We are at 750 meters so far. Obviously, if you're going for a sub 30 minute 5K and it's a PB for you, you're not going to be talking when you're trying to run as hard as you can. Almost at kilometre 1. There we go, 5:57. Pacing is on. If at this point you are maybe off pace a bit, don't let it put you off. Keep going, keep trying, and see what you've got in the tank. Doesn't matter if maybe you don't quite get it this time, but don't give up after the first kilometre. You never know, there might be more in the tank. So I'm pacing a sub 30 minute 5K. I'd love to know, what are your 5K goals? Are you training for something at the moment? Tell me in the comments. So at this stage, you should have settled into your pace. Have a little check-in, see how you're feeling. Is there anything starting to ache? Is there anything starting to feel tough? Hopefully not after your first kilometre. Keep smiling. Head and shoulders up. And settle into that pace. Should be rolling through it. Such a nice day for running today. Maybe even a little bit on the warm side. So, that average pace, we're looking at 5:55, which is good. On track for a sub 30 minute 5K. Quite like doing sub 30 minutes because over 5K, you got a round number. I'm not sure how I'd manage if it was like 5:47 per kilometre. Too much maths. So for this 5K, like I mentioned, 6 minutes per kilometre. I'm going to aim to run each kilometre at the same pace. So some people might do a progressive run, for example, where they start off slower and then get quicker each kilometre. But this one, I'm going for even splits. That's what they call it. not getting smiles off of the runners. Maybe I should start counting them. If you find it tough, like when you're running and you're trying to think of stuff to think about that isn't just looking at your watch or whatever, counting things is always fun. Dogs, people who smile at you, birds, just looking around. But don't try not to get the focus off your pace, because I've just looked down and I'm doing a 6:10 at the minute. Oops. Very distracted because there is a tiny puppy with massive paws and he hasn't grown into his ears yet either. Oh my god, he's so cute. Concentrate. Second kilometre, 5:54. So total time 11:52. Next kilometre, focus on the one that you're running. So that's almost like a game. So can you hit 6 minutes for your kilometre? Number 1, yes. Number 2, yes. Now, number 3, can we get another yes? Doing like a time trial or trying to do a certain pace for a certain distance, think about where you're going to do it. So where we're running round and round in loops, we've got no traffic crossings, haven't really got any reason why you'd have to wait for anything. So it's less likely that you're going to come across something that's going to upset your pace. So a running track, maybe, or a park and doing loops. It's probably better than like running on the streets and having to like cross roads at traffic lights. Oh, that sunlight though, so nice. So as well as picking a route, just be aware that there are other things that can affect your pace on any given day. So like if you're coming down with something, you're getting poorly, if you've not slept well, or you've been out on the Raz the night before, all of these things can really affect your pace. And like what might feel easy one day could feel really hard the next even. So just be aware of that Our watches are quite good at letting us know that sort of thing, with your heart rate variability, sleep score, body battery, training readiness, like all of these different metrics. So utilise those and you'll know whether you're feeling your best or not. We're doing all right. Lap pace, 5:58. We are over halfway. Debate about banking time. So I'm feeling all right at the moment. Should I put the hammer down, nail it a bit, get some under my belt? Dangerous game. It's a dangerous game because you might absolutely dig yourself into a hole and not come back from it. So trying to keep it even, trying to keep it steady. No sprints at the moment. We'll save that for the end if we're still feeling good, yeah? Third kilometre, tick, 5:55. 17:47 elapsed. Got a little bit of a buffer here for our sub 30. Few seconds, always helps. Going into that fourth kilometre, which some people can find quite tough mentally because you're over halfway, you're nearly there, but you've still got 2 kilometres to run. So thinking about how you're feeling now, staying strong throughout, keeping an eye on that pace is really important in that fourth kilometre. I'm feeling all right. Thanks for asking. Some ducks incoming. Gonna make a terrible joke. Duck! There's an excellent running dog coming past. He's very bouncy. A very distracting running around parks for me, because I love dogs. Once you've run a sub 30-minute 5K, You might then want to think about aiming for a sub 1 hour 10k. There tends to be those sorts of markers in running. 30-minute 5k, 1 hour 10k, 2 hour half, 4 hour marathon. I remember breaking all of them and being super pleased. We're halfway through this tricky 4k. Can I get another tick for this kilometre? That pace currently 6:01. See other runners go past them and just think, I wonder what you're training for, or I wonder how your run's feeling today. I hope you're having a nice time. I would ask, but I forget that we're in London. At this point, you might be like, well, I could stop for a walk break because I've banked a few seconds earlier. And you can, nothing wrong with that. But if I ever feel like that, I ask myself, but why do I need it? Or like, do I need it? Is there anything feeling like niggly? Or do I need to catch my breath anymore? And if the answer really is no, then, you know, we're at 3.87 here. Just power on through. You can stop when you're finished. Almost finished this 4k. Done. Tick. 5:57. We're at 23:45. So we've got just under, maths, 6 minutes. Just over 6 minutes, sorry. Just under 7 to go. Little 15-second buffer. Final kilometre. Don't start picking up the pace too soon. So I love working in kilometres, and this will cause debate down below in the comments, I'm sure. I work in both. But if you're doing a 5k, it makes sense to work in kilometres. So because of that, you can then work off meters for your last kilometre, which I'm like, now 2 laps around the track, then you're done. 800 metres to go. I like it. Just makes sense in my head. I feel like I know I can quantify that distance. There is a slight down here, which is quite good for picking up that pace because we've got 500 metres to go. So running at about 5:50 per kilometre. Last half a kilometre to go. So at what point would you start a sprint finish in the closing stages of a 5K? Let me know in the comments. Do you do it by distance? Or maybe like at your park run there's like a marker. At mine there's a goalpost. And that's when I'm like, go. Last 250 metres. This lap pace is currently on 5:47 per kilometre, which is awkward because I can't do maths when it's 5:47. But I know we'll be under 30. Sometimes it can feel like these final hundreds of metres can drag a bit. You check your watch, you're like, I must be nearly there. We are nearly there. 80 metres. Almost back to where we started. Put the burners on a bit, why not? Sprint finish! And done. Stop the watch, 29:33. And that's how you pace a sub 30-minute 5K. So hopefully you can give that a go yourself. And if you want to check out the time when Andy ran a sub 20-minute 5K, go and look at that video now.